You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your weekly spoilers for July 29th through August 2nd, the complete roster of all the good stuff. Nicole Walker is out for good, and Theresa Donovan is facing jail. There is so much to unpack. We're going to dive in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's start with the hot action coming on Monday, July 29th, 2024. This is season 59, episode 241. Eric and Nicole are leaving Salem together on Monday. They say goodbye to their loved ones, and it looks like Holly Jonas is getting to stay behind because she and Tate get ready to consider what's their next move. It looks like she is going to probably be living with her grandma, Maggie Horton. Tate's still hiding out on Smith Island. Of course, I don't know what he's going to do now that he's found out all this bad stuff is going on with his mother. So we'll see. Theresa Donovan probably doesn't know it yet by Monday. We'll see. But there's a warrant out for her arrest. Xander went to EJ DiMera and told him what she did, kidnapping little Victoria as Constantine's accomplice. And EJ was actually quite happy to agree to take out a warrant. So she may need to be watching her back and deciding what shade of orange she looks good in, you know, for the whole prison scene. But in the meantime, her brother Andrew makes a very kind offer to her. We'll see how that goes. And Abe Carver gets a job offer, and he also spends time talking to Marlena Evans and Kayla Brady. Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, episode 242 of the current season. We've got Abe and Kate ready to get Body and Soul off the ground, and they hold a casting call. They got the licensing, they got the rights, but Abe was a little upset that the three main actresses can't participate. Now, I believe this probably means that the roles played by Lauren Koslow, Deidre Hall, and Mary Beth Evans in their little meta soap within a soap when they were on Body and Soul, those are probably the three that won't come to the reboot. I have been wondering for a while if they were going to be double duty playing, if the actresses were going to be playing their Days characters and their Body and Soul characters. But based on this conversation, I think they're going to recast those characters. A familiar face shows up for the casting call. I am actually wondering if it might be Leo Stark. Seems like, I know that he does like Body and Soul, if I recall correctly, and we'll see. Could be Johnny DiMera looking to work on their production. Meanwhile, Jada Hunter grills Everbob about who really killed Lee Shin and also who attacked Rafe Hernandez. Now, of course, Bobby, pretending to be Everett, knows that it was Connie Viniski, but and he didn't mean for Connie to stab Rafe, but at the same time, you know, he's trying to make his move on Jada, and I think he wants to ride this out a little longer and see if Rafe kicks the bucket. So I just doubt that Bobby is going to be very forthcoming with his information. And it's interesting, of course, because Jada and Stephanie suspect it's Bobby and not Everett, not at all. Chanel and Johnny discuss their future and what's next now that they've lost their baby. He lost his opportunity in LA. She had shut the bakery down. Looks like she's ramping that back up. So that's one thing going in the right direction. But Johnny still has to figure out what's next for him. Paulina goes to Jada with a promotion. Looks like she is going to be the acting police commissioner while Rafe languishes in a coma after Connie stabbed him in the back in the park. Wednesday, July 31st, season 59, episode 243. Ava Vitale is totally paranoid and Kristen DiMera tries to calm her down. Obviously, this is about working so closely with Gabby while she's feeling so guilty about sleeping with Stefan and so very worried that it's going to come out and then Gabby's going to come after her. Crazy Connie Viniski is on the prowl and she may attack again. She got a job working as Gabby's assistant on a trial basis, but she is spitting in her coffee and targeting her. She's also kind of suspicious of Bob Everett, and she also wants to finish off Rafe if she gets a chance now. Bobby's going to be just fine because Blake Barris is still airing all the way into December. I don't know if Connie's actually going to get to kill anybody or it's just going to be an extra if somebody else dies, but she is definitely looking to stir the pot. Gabby and Stefan are happy to celebrate their wedding anniversary and her being out of jail so that they can celebrate it. And Leo Stark reaches out to an old friend. He doesn't have a lot of old friends. I'm wondering if, for some bizarre reason, it might be Gwen Rizchek. A lot of people have wondered if they were going to do a reverse of what they did when they had Emily O'Brien take over the role of Theresa Donovan and have Gwen Rizchek walk out of the airport and Theresa walk in. And some people are wondering, are they going to have Theresa walk out and Gwen come in? Now, I have heard from my leaker, who's got a fair to middling accuracy rate, that Gwen is not coming back. We'll see. I don't think Emily O'Brien was in the 15,000th anniversary picture, if I recall correctly. So maybe Leo has another friend. He doesn't have a lot of friends, so it's kind of interesting. Thursday, August 1st, we're starting off a new month, season 59, episode 244. Connie manipulates Ava. And remember, Connie will be at the office now at DiMera Enterprises, and it would be really diabolical if Connie figured out that Ava and Stefan slept together and she's got some more dirt to waggle, you know. Gabby grills Stefan about his past with Ava while she was in prison. She knew they were faking an affair, but she very clearly told Stefan it better not turn into a real one. And it was, I think, wasn't it just one night, maybe two? I thought it was just one. Remind me in the comments, but it wasn't a long-term thing. It wasn't a love affair. It was a lot of frustration, you know, just loneliness, anger, having to deal with Clyde together. Jack Devereaux and Chad DiMera keep looking for Abigail. Her coffin was empty, and we have this new girl, Marin, who Clyde obviously wants them to believe is Abby. We don't know yet who she will be. I've heard she's a lookalike that's meant to torment them. We'll see. We'll see. And Stephanie has a nice warm moment with Everett. Maybe Bobby has figured out they are onto him, or maybe Connie warns him that they are on to him, and he's like, oh, I need to pretend to be him a little better. We'll see how that goes. Friday, August 2nd, 2024, episode 245 of the current season. Sarah Horton talks to her fiance, Xander. She is encouraging him to put the past behind him and reconcile with his mom, Fiona Cook. Of course, they are under the impression that she is clean and sober and there to, you know, get to know her son again, to get to know her granddaughter. But at the wedding, if you didn't notice, she was looking down at the baby carriage like, oh, it's a thing near my shoe. I don't like it. Was not giving off warm grandmotherly vibes. And of course, we do know she is not clean and sober because she was boozing with Brady. And speaking of him, he wakes up after another blackout drunk night. Will he be in bed with somebody else this time? Last time, at least, he didn't do the deed with Fiona, but you never know. When Brady's drinking, there's just no telling how many bad decisions he's going to make. Paul Narita is there for his stepmama, Marlena, when she needs a little bit of support. And Chad and Jack find something shocking on the Friday cliffhanger episode. That's everything we have for the full weekly spoilers. Drop your comments on what you're excited to see. Please subscribe if you haven't. Come back soon. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.